This video will cover two different topics. We will first start with Palpatine. In Revenge of the Sith, and all of the prequel trilogy films for that matter, we see Palpatine has his regular human eyes instead of his infamous bright yellow eyes. Why is this? It's expected that the most powerful Sith Lord would have his Sith yellow eyes at all times. However, why do his eyes remain normal before the execution of Order 66? The answer is because golden yellow eyes for a Sith only happen at certain moments in their lives when the dark side is the most strong within them. When they have just summoned the most amount of evil that they could and brought it out, were they seen with the most terrifying, ominous yellow eyes. Prior to Order 66, Palpatine was working to move under the radar of the Jedi to complete his plan and become the Supreme Chancellor, then the Emperor, and persuade Anakin to become his apprentice in the dark side of the Force. He subdued almost all of his dark side powers up until the end of the fight with Mace Windu, where he unleashed the full power of the dark side as we saw, shouting unlimited power and holding nothing back. This for Palpatine was like a release of holding it in for so many years, waiting to finally unleash his pent-up rage and letting the hatred flow strongly through him, bringing Mace to his end. It was after this that his eyes began to glow an ember yellow as he knighted Darth Vader, killing Anakin almost entirely. His eyes remained yellow because he was, after all, the Sith Lord and the most powerful in the galaxy. We can see them glow even more as he ignites his hatred while killing Luke in Episode 6, drawing more and more upon the dark side of the Force. The same can be said for Anakin, just as Palpatine said when he told him,
"Show no mercy. Only then will you be strong enough with the dark side."
Only once he raided the Jedi Temple would he be able to feel the full power of the dark side and call upon it. This is why we don't see Anakin's eyes change for the first time until after he slaughters the Separatists on Mustafar, completing his full turn to the dark side. Then once Padme arrives, his energy completely changes to a more subdued level and he returns to his original normal eyes. Most would think that his eyes would change when he was killing the Younglings. However, he was acting in revenge and hate against politicians that he never had respect for. This is the opposite to the raid on the temple and the slaughter of the Younglings, when his eyes were blue instead of yellow. When he attacked the Jedi, he was in a similar mental state to Kylo Ren, for example, who confronted Han Solo. He had to kill people he knew, loved, and built relationships with. Ultimately, something he knew in his heart was wrong. Calling upon the full power of the dark side again when he was on the brink of death at the lava bank, bursting into flames and using his physical and emotional pains to fuel his survival. This is why we see his eyes remain yellow behind the mask in Rebels. All the way up until Luke helped bring him back to the light side of the Force at the time of his death in Return of the Jedi. What are your thoughts on yellow Sith eyes, particularly Count Dooku's lack thereof, for example, and Darth Maul's red eyes? Let me know below, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until then, remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.